My life has just basically been blessed with my family. That's the thing that I'm proud of. Are you ready to go? My name is Jim Huston. I'm Carly's grandfather. Today is the 9th of October on a Saturday, and I'm 85 years old. Born in Holdridge at Brewster Clinic, 25th of February, 1936. I grew up in Reagan. We were from Reagan, and that's where I grew up. And I was about Jim and Jeff and all those, they were the fourth generation down there. And my great-grandfather homesteaded 10 years before there was a town of Reagan, and he would walk either to Kearney or Bloomington from Reagan, which is quite a walk. And I have letters that he wrote. He lived in a dugout the first winter he was here. It wouldn't have been for his dog, he'd have froze to death because he and the dog lived in that dugout. I went to school in Reagan. I graduated with a class of 6. And so that isn't very many compared to what you guys are used to. I got to credit my mom for getting me in together with Jill. It wasn't anything I did because I'd tried to date her for a while and she wouldn't have nothing to do with it. And it just happened that my mom went to a club meeting or something that her mother was at. And her mother went home and said, I just met the guy that's been trying to date you, his mother, and if he's as nice a guy as his mother is a nice lady, I think you better give it a second thought. So that goes back, because she was a car hop down here at one of the drive-ins, and I'd drive in there, and she was polite, but that was about it. She didn't want nothing to do with me until after my mom got together with her mom. So that's where we started. So I was only 17 when I graduated. I went to the service. I volunteered they still had a draft at that time. I volunteered for the draft the day I was 18, and they took me 30 days later and sent me to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri for basic training, and then I went to Virginia for school, and then on to Alaska for a year and a half. And worked in an ordnance shop there and wound up driving a truck, in the Army, hauling supplies. And came home a year and a half. I came home on leave one time. We got engaged. Jill and I got engaged when I came home on leave, and then I went back to Alaska to finish out my time. And I proposed in 1955.
Do you remember how you did it?
Handed her a ring, I think. I don't remember. I know went to the jeweler's, picked out a ring, and when I was home on leave, I gave it to her and went back, and I suppose I was 6 months before I got back home and got out of the Army. I got out of the Army in March of 1956. And we got married in August of 1956. I've always been lucky to do what I like to do because I love heavy machinery. I like big machinery, and I like trucks. We've done a little traveling, and she puts up with that. Drove long miles to look at some tractors, big tractors and stuff, and I just grew up with it, and I just love it. I think, and I don't know if Jill or you, we've done quite a little travel in our life now since we were retired. And she's not able to now, but at least I'm able to do things I didn't think I'd ever know how to do, like make the bed and vacuum and do the laundry. But she's put up with a lot of stuff for me too, so I think it's just a partnership. We've been married 65 years. And I think that has to say something for her. We've been through some tough times, and I just think about I'm just so proud of what all 3 of the boys and their families that my life has just basically been blessed with my family. That's the thing that I'm proud of. Just remember little things about when the boys are there that I always remember. I don't know why we always carried firecrackers in the back of the pickup, big ones. And your dad was cultivating, and Scott sneaked up behind him as he turned to go back in the field, and he lit a firecracker underneath the cultivator, and it went off. It was a quarter stick of dynamite. It was big ones. And your dad, he about tore the tractor cab off trying to get out. We're standing back there. We think it's funny. He didn't think it was so funny, but I'm sure he remembers it. It's just a happy time for me to look at them and see how they're all doing. Anything else you want to add, Jill?
No, I think
Don't
you
you
did a good job.
Don't you think that's true, though, how the mother's the ones that got us together?
Yes.
And the rest is history.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, Carly, more ways than one.
Ditto, Grandpa. All right. Thank you so much.
He built that thing,
So what was the invention?
yeah. Oh, so you drill wheat between the rows of corn. They always used to pull horses, just a little narrow drill. Dad didn't like horses, so he built a tractor. And there's a picture of my dad. It's pretty small. He's standing there with his great-grandpa right here. So they've been big tractors in my family. My favorite picture down here. That was a picture of the tractor my granddad had.
Why is it your favorite photo?
Oh, just him, and then they only built just a few of those tractors. Back, I remember when Grandpa sold it, he still had it. It'll bring $200,000.
Oh, wow.